All right, so I thought I'd just do a quick sort of look over oil. Look, as I said, it's not really my sort of market that I trade. Obviously, sort of through time and that you can see here that I have traded it, and the main levels they're still in play. They still seem to be respected and that. So it is somewhat relevant. I did actually do this up for a guy recently, but kind of dropped off, so not really too interested. But nevertheless. This last little point through here is what's been sort of interested me. I mean, look, if you sort of step back and look at this right now, and you sort of say, what's it doing? Well, it's going sideways. I mean, it's not really doing anything. Yes, this most recent sort of push, if we zoom in, this is on a daily time frame. These little pushes have certainly got it up, and we're coming into a very somewhat interesting little point here. So I do believe there's some upside moves here. But I think if you look at this as an actual sort of whole, you're seeing this sort of drop, support, bounce, support, bounce. Didn't found a little resistance, so support a little bit higher. So the buyers tried to move up, and then they tried to hold, and then got crushed back down here. Yeah, and then here. So in terms of sort of where I think this sort of may be sort of moving forward. Certainly, if this price action continues, you can see. Hang on, let me do this sort of thing. Cool. Look at it like this. If you've got, sorry, that's what sells. No, that didn't work very well, did it? Um, okay, let's just do this quickly. Make that red. Make this red, just for the point of this. Text sellers. Bang. All right. So, whoop, what did I just do? This is where the sellers were. This is where the sellers were. This is where the sellers are. This is where the sellers are. So you can see that the sellers are punching this down and down and down and down. Now you look on the sort of flip side of this. This isn't moving. And you look where are the buyers. So, let's make this one. Let's say buy zone. Let's just call it buyers. Buyers are sitting here. Buyers are sitting here. Buyers are sitting down here. And we're talking main trend here. We're not talking sort of, little sort of up down moves and that. Of course, you get down into that kind of stuff. But if we look at this as a big picture, the buyers are sitting down here. They're sitting in this zone here. As I said a second ago, they tried to move up here, but then they got smacked back down. So they're really just sitting here. So in terms of what you kind of want to sort of see moving forward, is you want to see that these sellers stop putting the pinch on the market basically in that. So you sort of think, okay, buyers are holding this line here. So downside, if these buyers, if the market gets back down into this zone here, so we're talking like this again, it's big picture. So we're talking 63 to 63 to 67, that odd. If we see that the buyers are not there, as they have been since, remember this, going back here, this shows how long I've been trading it, or charting it at least, and I was trading it around this point, around the Ukraine period. I think Ukraine was around the 90s, so around this period over here. I would have said, look, it was March, wasn't it? Yeah, around this zone here, where we had where we had that big spike. This one here. It was one of the better trades that I've done actually. So I heard that they sort of charged in. I was like, buy oil. And of course, I sort of got in here and I got out here. I thought I was a superstar. And of course, then it went up to like 130. That's all right. I know people that were on the other side of that trade. And they were holding from like 90 or something. It was a guy that sort of ran a chat group or something like this. And I think he was holding from 90 or something. So he was doing, yeah, not too great. But regardless, what was I saying? So you can see that the sellers are obviously pinching this down over here. If we see that the buyers, which have been holding this level here, since, August of 21. Every time it's come into this zone, reaction strong, reaction insanely strong, reaction strong, reaction strong. You can see that they're very keen to sort of hold this area down here. If we see that they're not there anymore, if the segment of the market says, look, we're not going to buy it here, you're going to see a smackdown. Look, I don't personally think this is going to happen, but as I said, you need to consider both sides of the coin, and that's where you might be seeing a move down to 44 if these 60s gave way. So that'd be a very much a short side. And as you can see, each bounce. This is the important thing to look at this on the big picture. Sellers are moving down, buyers pushing up. Buyers are holding this line here. Buyers tried to advance, but then they got smacked on the nose. You can see here a couple of times they tried to hold that new level, but obviously overrun with it all. So you're seeing this push down here. So the line that I'm really looking for at the moment is this line through here. This one sort of where we can see the sellers are really starting to squeeze it pretty hard. They're starting to really sort of come up here. So we know where the buyers are sitting. So we know if the buyers aren't here, we're going to be going down a lot lower. I don't necessarily think this is going to happen, as I said, but you need to consider these things. The other side of it, in the immediate, depending on what time frames you're trading, if we get onto the 4 hour, there's a little bit more sort of what we can do day to day. We're seeing, as I said, this is the same stuff every time. You know what I mean? Depend on the sort of the price. Sorry, the time frame that you're looking at. But you can see in this instance, this is the broad part of the sellers. But if we sort of make this a little bit smaller and say, 4 hour, well, you can see the same thing happening here. Sellers are here, sellers are here, sellers are here, and now we're coming up again along this line. So we know that the sellers are sitting there. So in the short term, if you get above, say, 70, call it 74, I mean, look, depending on how big you want to sort of trade your thing, 75 really. But, if you get towards 75, call it that, then you're looking at these horizontals, you're looking at sort of 78, and then you're looking really, as I said, this is the big line, this white one coming through here. Make it a bit thicker. That's what you're looking for. If you break that, then, you're looking up at 84. So through, say, here. There's a price target. Up through 84 on a break of this line through here. And I think that move actually may come pretty quickly because, as you can see, it's been a long time. Well, more recently, it's not a super long time actually, but since start of September here, it's been actually, hold on, mate. Sorry, that's September 23. Sorry, so it has been a while, over a year, 13 months. It's been respecting this line here. 3 touches confirms the line for us. And if we sort of break that, I think we're going to see quite a sharp move up to 84, 85. Again, I don't trade oil, so I don't really have a dog in the fight, so to speak. But this is just the way that the technical sort of breaks out with it. If you get above this immediate falling resistance down here, we look for the swing high. Swing high above that, you've got this next sort of horizontal high, which is also the support through here. Same thing, support, resistance, same stuff. So this is the big area that you want to break through. If you can break through, where's this little thing gone here? If you can break through this area here, then I expect a fairly fast move from 80 up to 84, 85. That'll be your swing high, push back, and then that'll be talking about, you'll see a lot of people talking about change of trend. You'll see about oil going back up to 94, these kind of things. So this is your kind of little price action that if this plays out, up to here, push back. If it can come through here again, price target, push back, and then potentially something like this, retest, and then up to here. That's how I sort of see oil for a topside move happening. And at the moment, from a technical point of view in that, it's holding this line here, it's testing its right levels, it's trading fairly as you would expect it to. And of course, the stuff going on in the Middle East is what's really driving that. Comments from Biden overnight in regards to, potentially sort of targeting Iran's oil refineries or whatever it was. I don't know. As I said, I don't really follow it too much, but they're the kind of things that are going to get it moving. So yeah, that's a bigger sort of picture of it all. But I'd say they're your levels if you're trying to sort of if you're trying to trade oil. That's it for me.